Hey everybody, Jim Hackenberg and the Orange Whip. Tell you what, I'm here at the golf course. I'm going to play in about 20 minutes. So I'm going to show you a quick warm-up routine to get your golf muscles in shape for that particular round coming up. But more importantly, you're going to find your rhythm, your timing, and your balance. So I'm going to walk us through the 20 minutes or so that I need to get ready to go play it on the golf course. So I've already done some basic stretching. I've stretched my shoulders, I've stretched and touched my toes, I've worked my body that way. Highly recommend you do that prior to using the Orange Whip. Now, when we're ready to use the Orange Whip, we always have some basic drills. We've got the torso twist, the hinging forearm rotation, and the full swing drill. I'm going to go through them fairly quickly because you've seen this before, but I'd like you to watch how I do it when I'm getting ready to play golf. Get into my normal address position, feet shoulder width apart, extend the arms at stomach height, and basically in an athletic stance where I'm not tilting over like a golf swing, I'm staying a little more vertical. I'm going to use my footwork to loosen up my feet, my lower body, my hips, and my back. I'll start by pushing with my left and then right. I would normally repeat this 10 to 15 times, but I'm just going to go through a few just to give you the basic idea. I'm also working on my rhythm. Even with that torso twist drill, rhythm is crucial. Now let's start with the right hand. I'm going to move my hand to the bottom of the grip, have it in my fingers with the thumb on top. I'll get into my normal address position, and this time I will tilt. Let those arms hang freely. I'm going to push it to get started, and I'll let this wrist hinge and hinge. Support it here to there. Once I get it moving, this is important. Let's get the feet involved and controlling the speed of this. If I throw it with my hand, it's going to throw me off balance. So let's find that rhythm first and then allow the feet to do the work for you. Here to there. Now switch to the left hand, same exact action. Start it slow, let it swing, gradually build, and now have the feet take over, and this will dictate your speed. Nice and comfortable. The Orange Whip is finding its natural swing plane, which will keep you in balance. Now, I'm going to go to the full swing drill, but I'm going to start as a left-handed swing to stretch my body. Put my left hand low, my target is that way, and I'm going to start very slowly swinging back and forth, allowing momentum to build, and this orange ball just collects here at the top and all the way through. Repeating this 10 to 15 times. Now I'm going to switch to the right hand. This is my golf swing that I use. I'm a right-handed golfer, so this would be the way that I swing. I'm going to start very slow, gradual build, and this is the crucial part. Let it build up like a child on a swing, so you wait for it to load, so you can unload. If we go too fast from the top, forcing it, that's going to throw the swing off and throw your balance off. So we have to let it load and then unload naturally. After about 10 or 15 swings, I've synchronized the motion of my hands, arms, body, and footwork, all with the club. But now let's take this to where it's actually a golf swing. I was just training the motion and loosening my body. Let's do this as an individual swing. So I'll set up and just do one swing. Smooth takeaway, smooth transition, full finish. 3 key points. Smooth, smooth, full finish. So now I'm loosened up. Now I'm ready to start the session. Ideally, we'd like to get you started out with the small swings, the wedge shots, the rhythm. Find the rhythm on the wedge shots and then build up to your fuller, longer golf clubs. I have with me the Orange Whip Wedge. This is our newest item. This is a beautiful device to help you learn the short game motion that so many of us, myself included, struggled with. I was tense and I was choppy and I was very inconsistent. This new Orange Whip Wedge, inspired by Stan Utley, has got 56 degrees of loft, so it's a nice sand wedge, with 12 degrees of bounce. Because we have the patented Orange Whip shaft in it, you have to learn to swing it. So ideally, you're just going to take it slow, almost let your hands do the work at first, then slowly get your body into this motion. Once you get comfortable with it, you're brushing the grass and you're utilizing the bounce, you're ready to start the session. Take a golf ball, set up, and I'm just going to hit a few little small chip, pitch or chip shots. And my real objective is to find the rhythm and allow the swing to develop rather than concern so much with contact. If I can make a pendulum motion that I take back slowly and smoothly, let everything gather so I can deliver through the ball. Now, once I find a good rhythm that's allowing the ball to do that, or excuse me, allowing the club to do that, I've got things in sync. So I'm going to grab my sand wedge and I'm going to start with the small swings again, but then I'm going to move to fuller swings. Get set up, sternum centered over the ball, if not even fractionally ahead. I've got a nice balanced position here so I can really just let the club load and unload into the golf ball. And I'm really just trying to find my rhythm and allowing the club to do the work at this point. I'm not really judging the distance, I'm just trying to find the feeling. But as I slowly get that feeling, that sensation of letting the club do the work and the swinging, that's when I can start to figure out, okay, I can figure out how far I want to hit this shot. So that was a nice feeling. I'm going to go a little further this time. I'm going to take it back a little farther, and then therefore the club will go through a little further. My main focus again is still rhythm. The Orange Whip was designed to promote rhythm. It just happens to be a great way to loosen up your body. It just happens to be a great way to get stronger in the golf muscles, but it was really designed to find your rhythm. So at the beginning of all your practice sessions, I highly recommend find that rhythm. Okay, so now I've made a pretty full swings with my sand wedge, but I'm gonna jump to a higher club. I'm gonna probably go to my 8-iron. Still got a nice amount of loft, but it's a little bit longer of a club, and I want to gradually increase my range of motion. And as we get to these fuller shots, take your Orange Whip, find your target. We actually have a very nice tower out in the middle of our driving range that I can use as my target. I will set the Orange Whip down, and it can double as an alignment rod. So I will then square my feet, my hips, and my shoulders to this line. If I can square myself to this line and get balanced with it, and it's pointing at my target, all I really have to do is find that nice rhythmic swing to allow the club to do what it's designed to do. I make a nice comfortable swing and allow that club to do the work. This alignment tool is encouraging me to be square square as I address the golf ball. It's making it easier for me to swing all my momentum to that target. Set up again, find my balance, and then start. And I had mentioned when I was doing the individual swings with the Orange Whip, smooth, smooth, full finish. Same goals at this time. I want to address the ball comfortably, square myself to my target line, and then I'm going to go smooth, smooth, and then a nice finish. Repeat one more of those. And you'll notice while you're warming up and getting loose and finding your rhythm, you'll slowly but surely start to add a little more speed to it because you're in balance and you're in rhythm. Okay, so I'm nicely balanced, smooth. Okay, I'm going to now move up to my 5-iron. It's a mid-iron, it's getting closer to the long irons. Again, longer club. Key element is that with a longer club, it's going to take you slightly longer to swing it. It seems basic, but when people get to their longer clubs, they tend to speed up to try to hurry up the moment. Be patient with it. Find your rhythm. So this warm-up session is finding your rhythm and then coupling that with a good setup where you're square to your target. I will then actually take a practice swing to find it. Okay, slightly longer, so it's me being comfortable and patient to wait for it. Waiting for the momentum is really a key term that we use quite often here at Orange Whip. I'm balanced, I'm comfortable. I allow the club to work for me. Again, I will get set up. Square my body to the target line. Take a look at the target. When I'm ready, smooth, smooth, post up in that finish. That one I fell away from a little bit, caught it a little thin. It wasn't terribly offline, but it was slightly offline. But it shows you if you off balance at any moment, it can affect the shot. So our goal is to find that rhythm that keeps us in perfect balance. I'm going to set up again. Aim at the target, ball centered, balance, and then smooth, smooth, post. Yeah, I was right back, everything was in sync, and I delivered a nice energy into the golf ball. Now, I'm going to go to my hybrid. Now hybrids, it's a longer golf club. Again, same situation, I've got to find the rhythm to it. It doesn't hurt you in the middle of your practice or your warm-up session to go back to your Orange Whip and swing it back and forth to get that sensation, because this is about the same length as my hybrid. I'm using the Orange Whip mid-size, which is the same components as the trainer. It's just 4 inches shorter. It's closer to the length of that hybrid. I'm going to start slow. I'm going to wait for that momentum. Let it gather. Let it gather here and there. And as you find that rhythm, you can power it up using your lower body and your feet to generate additional speed. So I'll set this back down, check it, okay? Take my hybrid. Now this hybrid doesn't flex as much as the Orange Whip. It's lighter on this end, and it's much lighter on this end because it's not counterbalanced like the Orange Whip. So prior to hitting a golf ball, after taking a few steps with the whip, start slow, let the momentum build, and let that club head gather. Gather here to there, here to there. Now I've got the same feeling I had with the whip, but it took me a few swings to bring it back. So I'm going to square myself to my target line. I'm going to take a look at that target. That's good. Find my balance, find the proper distance from the ball so I stay balanced. And then smooth, smooth post. Good. There's a nice rhythm. Delivered it directly at my target, and that's my goal. When I go out to play, my goal is to aim and deliver it right at the target every time, because that's how you can hit it close. Get set up, get balanced. Feel good. Yeah, I love that. Rip that. I'm gonna hit one more. Square up to my target line with my feet, hips, shoulders. Ball position is nice. Find my balance. When I've found it and I feel good, maybe take one last look at that target. Smooth, smooth post. And then I let it, it was a little bit of a turnover, but it was a good swing. It was a good effort. I'll do one last swing with this. That turned over a bit, so I'm going to actually try to counteract that and see if I can't, by my setup, make it not turn over as much, allowing my swing to deliver a straighter shot. So I'll stand just slightly taller and let the club do the work. Yeah, that was good. So I'm going to head out to the driver. We're getting down to the end of my warm-up session. I got to get to the tee, but let's get to that driver because that is the club you're going to hit the most, and you're going to want to find your rhythm to it. Now keep in mind, I went to this as one of my last clubs because it's so long. I want to find my rhythm and swing on a shorter motion. A lot of people go straight to their driver. They're not ready for it. They're not loosened up. They haven't found their rhythm. They're out of balance, and they're going to probably hit it poorly and lead to a bad day. So the reason I like to get to it later is I want to build into it. Take my golf ball, set it up. And again, it's a longer club. Take a few practice swings and wait for it to load so you can unload. Okay, square my body to the target line. Feet are a little bit wider apart because as a longer club, it's going to tend to want to pull me off balance. I'm trying to find a little more stability. Square myself up, slightly wider than shoulder width. Ball a little bit forward so I catch it on the upswing. And once I feel nice and balanced, smooth, smooth post. Good. Going directly at my target, and I stayed in balance. That's really what I'm for, what I'm after in this warm-up session. If I can stay in balance, make a nice rhythmic swing, I've worked hard enough on my setup, the club should take care of the ball. Set up square, balance. When you feel comfortable and ready, remember where your target is so you can always swing smooth. Deliver your energy to your target so that it becomes natural. When you're on the course, you want it to be natural. You want to be playing. You don't want to be playing golf swing, you want to be playing golf. So you're going to take that sensation you work on here to the first tee. I'm going to do one more. Feet a little more than shoulder width, square to my target line with the feet, hips and shoulders. Find my balance. Once I got it, smooth, smooth post. Okay, now I feel comfortable with the driver. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to head out to the golf course. But it's never a bad idea to kind of wind yourself down from some of those swings because you're going to have some short shots immediately as well. So when you, before you go, take your sand wedge again and just do some nice, easy, rhythmic motions so you have that coupled with that full swing we just finished with the driver. I'm going to hit one more. That's a great rhythm. It's directly at my target and I'm in balance. So I'm ready to go. In 20 short minutes, I've loosened up, I've found my rhythm, and I've been able to turn it into an athletic motion where I'm delivering all the energy to my target rather than trying to control where that golf ball goes. I don't want to try to control it. The club is designed so well that if I line it up properly and make the swing, it will do it for me. So I'm going to go play a little golf. It's a beautiful night here in Easley, South Carolina. So try this at your home course or even at home. I think you'll find it's going to help you find your rhythm and make it easier when you go play. Have a great day on the golf course.